Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're from India and working on your American accent, you're in exactly the right place. Listen, if you've ever felt stuck when speaking English, maybe your tongue freezes, maybe you can understand others, but can't express yourself quickly, or maybe people tell you, "Hey, can you repeat that?" Then stay right here. Because in today's video, you're going to feel that change. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to take you on a warm, cozy, emotional Christmas story journey where your English becomes more natural, more confident, and honestly, more you. And there's something special hidden in this story. A moment that will completely shift the way you think about speaking English. Trust me, you don't want to miss that part. Chapter 1. The Warm Beginning. Lesson 1. Imagine this scene. It's late December. Snow is falling gently outside a small town in America. Christmas lights glow on every house. People are walking around with cups of hot chocolate from Starbucks, talking about gifts, family, and plans for the weekend. And right in the middle of this town, we meet our main character, a young boy named Andrew. He's dreamy, curious, and kind of stubborn, the way kids get when they want something really badly. As we begin, Andrew is staring at a beautiful red sled in the window of a small store. His breath fogs the glass as he whispers, "Man, I really want that." When Americans say, "I really want that," we usually stretch the word really to show desire. I really want that. Notice that sound. It gives emotion to your sentence. One common mistake learners make is saying, "I am wanting that." Don't do that. The correct one is simply, "I want that." Your quick takeaway today is this. Anytime you're expressing desire in natural English, keep it simple and direct. Say, I want to get, or I'd love to have, depending on how casual you want to be. Lesson 2. As Andrew keeps staring at the sled, his mother calls him from behind. "Hey buddy, you're gonna freeze out here. Let's get some groceries." Now we shift to a supermarket. A real American scene that English learners love to understand. Inside the store, you hear Christmas songs playing. People are chatting in the aisles. Someone saying, "Do we need more eggs?" Another person's like, "Nah, I think we're good." This easy, casual English is everyday American life. Andrew is barely listening. His mind is still stuck on that red sled. His mom notices and smiles. "Dreaming again?" Andrew nods. "You know me," he says in a small voice. Here's a quick correction. Many learners say, "I am going to supermarket." But the natural version is, "I'm going to the supermarket." Don't forget the. Your mini takeaway. When talking about common places, the store, the bank, the gym, Americans almost always use the. Lesson 3. After shopping, Andrew and his mom walk home through the snowy neighborhood. The snow crunches under their feet. We call that sound a crunch. In daily English, you might hear someone say, "I love that crunchy snow sound," or, "Man, walking on snow feels kind of magical." Andrew's mom glances at him and gently says, "Christmas isn't about gifts, you know." Andrew sighs. "I know, but it's the coolest sled I've ever seen." Notice the use of "I've ever seen." It means, in my whole life up until now. A mistake learners make is saying, "It is the coolest sled I saw." But natural English prefers, "I've ever seen." Your takeaway. Whenever you're talking about your life experience, use present perfect. Chapter 2. The Little Struggles and Small Wins. Lesson 4. Later that evening, Andrew is sitting near the fireplace, sipping warm milk and scrolling through pictures on an old holiday magazine. In America, fireplaces are super common in colder states, and during Christmas, people decorate them with stockings, candles, and pine leaves. Andrew's dad joins him and asks, "So, that sled, huh?" Andrew looks up surprised. "You knew?" His dad laughs. "Dude, your face basically screams it." In American slang, when we say, "your face screams it," it means your emotions are obvious. Your correction tip: some learners say, "My face is showing my feelings very much." We don't talk like that. Instead say, "You can totally see it on my face," or "My face basically says it all." Lesson 5. The next morning, Andrew goes to school. The hallways are lively, kids wearing holiday sweaters, teachers carrying stacks of papers. His best friend Mia runs up to him. "Hey, guess what? My uncle's coming from California and he's bringing me a new phone." Andrew smiles but feels a tiny sting of jealousy. This is normal. Americans might say, "Dang, lucky you," or "Yo, that's awesome." Andrew just nods and says, "Cool." Mia immediately notices something's off. "You okay?" she asks. He shrugs. "Yeah, just tired." Notice these tiny spoken English cues. Dang, yo, shrug, you okay? These are the sounds of natural school day conversations. Your takeaway: learn short expressions. They bring your English to life. Lesson 6. During lunch, Andrew finally tells Mia about the sled. Mia listens with wide eyes and says, "Dude, that sounds amazing. You should totally get it." Andrew sighs, "Yeah, but we don't have much money this year." Mia thinks for a moment and says, "Why don't you earn it?" Andrew blinks. "Earn it?" Mia nods. "Yeah, like shovel snow for neighbors. People always need help in winter." This introduces a cultural detail. In America, kids often earn holiday money by shoveling snow, mowing lawns, or helping with chores. Your correction: learners sometimes say, "I will make money by cleaning snows." Instead say, "I can earn money by shoveling snow." Chapter 3. The Beginning of Hope. Lesson 7. That afternoon, Andrew walks home thinking about Mia's suggestion. The idea of earning money feels new, kinda scary, but also exciting. When he reaches home, he finds his mom wiping down the kitchen counter, humming a Christmas song. He gathers courage and says, "Mom, what if I try to earn money this week?" She pauses, surprised but happy. "Earn money? Doing what?" Andrew shrugs. "You know, shoveling snow, helping neighbors, stuff like that." His mom smiles warmly. "That's a great idea, sweetheart." Notice how English speakers often use soft, supportive words like sweetheart, buddy, or hon. These words make the conversation sound loving and natural. Common mistake correction. Many learners say, "I am thinking to earn money." The natural version is, "I'm thinking about earning money." Your takeaway: after thinking, use about, not to. Lesson 8. The next morning, Andrew bundles up in his jacket, scarf, and gloves. His neighborhood is quiet, covered in a thick blanket of snow. He grabs a small shovel and starts knocking on doors. At the first house, an older woman opens the door. "Hi, Mrs. Thompson," Andrew says nervously. "Do you need help with your driveway?" She smiles. "Oh, sweetheart, that'd be wonderful. How much do you charge?" Andrew freezes. He hasn't thought about that. Maybe $5? Mrs. Thompson laughs kindly. "How about 10? It's a big driveway." Andrew nods quickly, excited and relieved. Takeaway: in natural American English, "How much do you charge?" is a polite way of asking someone's price for a service. Don't say, "What is your cost?" or how much money you want. Instead, the smooth version is, how much do you charge? Lesson 9. After finishing the driveway, Andrew's arms ache, but he feels proud. He earned $10, double what he expected. He slides the money into his pocket and beams. On the way home, he practices how to ask the next neighbor. Hi, do you need help with your snow? Hey, I can shovel your driveway if you want. Americans often say, if you want, to soften requests, making them sound casual and friendly. When he reaches the next house, he confidently repeats the line. The neighbor agrees, and soon Andrew is shoveling again. A common mistake learners make is saying, I am doing the work with snow. But natural English is, I'm shoveling snow. Your takeaway, use clear verbs. Instead of do work, say exactly what you're doing. Chapter 4. Growth, Grit, and Little Miracles. Lesson 10. By the end of the week, Andrew has worked for several neighbors and saved almost enough money to buy the sled. Every night he counts the bills carefully, placing them inside a small box under his bed. His parents watch him with admiration. His dad claps him on the back and says, "Proud of you, champ." Champ is an American nickname meaning champion, often used to encourage kids. Andrew blushes and says, "Thanks, Dad." He still needs a few more dollars, but the dream finally feels possible. Common mistake. Instead of saying, I am needing only few more dollars, the natural version is, I only need a few more dollars. Your mini takeaway. Place only before the verb, not after. Lesson 11. One Saturday morning, Andrew heads to the last house on the block, a house that always looks dark and quiet. People say an old man named Mr. Harris lives there, someone who rarely speaks to anyone. Andrew hesitates, but knocks anyway. After a long moment, the door creaks open. A tired-looking man appears. Yes, he says. Andrew gulps. Hi, I can shovel your driveway if you'd like. For a moment, Mr. Harris just stares at him. Then he sighs. All right, how much? Andrew takes a deep breath. $10. The old man nods slowly. Go ahead. His voice is low, but not unkind. Your correction for today. Don't say, I can help you if you are liking. Americans say, if you'd like, or if you want. These sound softer and more natural. Lesson 12. As Andrew works on Mr. Harris's driveway, he notices something. Mr. Harris is sitting by the window watching him. Not angrily, more like thoughtfully. When Andrew finishes, he walks to the door to tell him. Mr. Harris opens it before Andrew even knocks. You worked hard, he says softly. Here. He hands Andrew not $10, but $20. Andrew gasps, Sir, this is too much. Mr. Harris shakes his head. You showed up. That matters. In American culture, older people often appreciate young people who take initiative. It shows responsibility and respect. Your takeaway. When someone gives you extra money for your work in America, a natural response is either, are you sure? Or, thank you so much. That means a lot. Avoid saying, I cannot take this money. It sounds formal and stiff. Keep it warm and simple. Lesson 13. Andrew runs home excited, snow flying behind him like glitter. He bursts into the living room shouting, Mom, Dad, I did it. I have enough. His parents hug him tightly. His mom whispers, See, hard work pays off. Pays off is an American expression meaning something good comes after effort. Andrew feels like he's floating. Tomorrow morning, he's finally going to buy that red sled. Correction. Some learners say, my hard work gives result. But the natural, idiomatic way is, my hard work paid off. Chapter 5. The unexpected turn. Lesson 14. The next morning, snow is falling softly, but Andrew doesn't even notice the cold. He practically skips down the street toward the store. But when he reaches the window, the sled is gone. His heart sinks. He pushes open the door and asks the clerk, "Excuse me, the red sled, where is it?" The clerk gives a sympathetic smile. "Sorry, kid, someone bought it this morning." Andrew feels dizzy. All that effort, all that hope, and now it's gone. Common mistake. Learners often say, "Where it is." The correct question form is, "Where is it?" Your takeaway. In questions, switch the order. Lesson 15. Andrew walks home slowly, snow piling on his hood. When he enters the house, his parents instantly notice something's wrong. "Sweetheart, what happened?" his mom asks. Andrew quietly whispers, "It's gone." His mom pulls him close. "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry." His dad kneels beside him. "You worked hard. That's something nobody can take away." Notice this gentle emotional language Americans use to comfort someone. "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry." Nobody can take that away. Your takeaway. Emotional English often uses soft, warm tones. Even simple words carry deep meaning. Lesson 16. For the rest of the day, Andrew stays in his room. He doesn't cry, but he feels heavy, like someone turned down the brightness of the world. Evening comes, and his mom knocks softly. "Dinner's ready if you're hungry," she says. Andrew shakes his head. Not hungry. His mom sits beside him. "You know, sometimes life gives us something better than what we expect." Andrew sighs. "But I really wanted it." She nods. "I know, but don't close your heart. Not yet." This lesson's tip. Instead of saying, "I am not having hunger," the natural phrase is, "I'm not hungry." Chapter 6. A quiet night and a small spark. Lesson 17. That night, the snowfall becomes heavier, like tiny white feathers drifting from the sky. Andrew sits quietly by his bedroom window, watching the snow pile up on rooftops and tree branches. His room feels dim, and even the soft glow of Christmas lights outside seems distant. He whispers to himself, "I did everything I could." It still wasn't enough. These words sit heavy in his chest. In American English, kids often talk to themselves this way when they're processing disappointment. It's natural, almost like they're trying to comfort themselves. His dad gently knocks on the door and peeks in. "Mind if I sit?" Andrew shrugs. "Sure." His dad takes a slow breath and says, "You know, buddy, sometimes the thing we want isn't the thing we're meant to have." Andrew frowns. That sounds like something in a movie. His dad chuckles. "Yeah, but that doesn't make it less true." Takeaway. A common mistake is saying, "I am meaning it is true." The natural way is, "I mean, it's true." Use "I mean" as a soft, conversational connector. Lesson 18. Later, while most of the house sleeps, Andrew hears a faint crunch outside. That soft, snowy sound from footsteps. Curious, he slips on his slippers and walks quietly toward the window. He sees a shadowy figure moving near Mr. Harris's house. For a second, Andrew feels nervous. But then the porch light flicks on, and he sees the old man himself, slowly clearing snow from his front steps. He's struggling, his back bent, his breath visible in the freezing air. Something stirs inside Andrew, a small spark of compassion. Even though he's still hurting over the lost sled, he whispers, "He needs help." Correction. Many learners say, "He is needing help." Natural English prefers, "He needs help." Stative verbs like need rarely use ing. Lesson 19. Without telling his parents, Andrew throws on his coat, hat, and boots. He trudges through the snow toward Mr. Harris's house. "Mr. Harris," he calls out softly so he won't startle him. The old man looks up, surprised. "What are you doing out here, kid?" Andrew holds up his shovel. "I saw you working. I can help." Mr. Harris stares at him for a long second, like he's trying to understand why a boy would come out at night just to help him. Then, slowly, he nods. All right. They work side by side. The silence isn't awkward. It's warm, comfortable. Every now and then Mr. Harris glances at him, his eyes softening. Takeaway. A common mistake learners make is saying, "The silence was not uncomfortable." Americans often prefer expressing it positively. The silence was comfortable. Lesson 20. When they finish, Mr. Harris wipes his forehead with his sleeve and says quietly, "Thank you. You didn't have to do that." Andrew shrugs. "You paid me extra yesterday. I figured maybe I could give a little back." The old man smiles, a real smile this time, the kind that reaches his eyes. "Well," he says, "come inside for a minute. It's freezing." Andrew hesitates. His parents always told him to be careful, but something tells him Mr. Harris means well. Inside, the house is dim but cozy. A framed picture sits on a shelf. A younger man, smiling widely, holding a red sled. Andrew points at it. "Is that you?" Mr. Harris looks at the photo for a long moment. "Yes," he whispers. "That was my son. A long time ago." Your quick correction, don't say, "That was my son before many years." Natural English is, "That was my son a long time ago." Chapter 7. Hearts Open. Lesson 21. Andrew feels something shift inside him. The disappointment about the sled fades a little. He listens quietly as Mr. Harris explains that his son loved winter, loved sledding, loved the snow. "He passed away when he was your age," Mr. Harris says gently. Andrew's breath catches. I'm so sorry." The old man nods, his eyes glistening. "Christmas used to be our favorite time, but after he was gone, the holidays never felt the same." Andrew whispers, "I get that. I kind of understand." Americans often use "I mean" when they're trying to express something sensitive or emotionally heavy. Takeaway. Learners often say, "I can understand your feelings." It sounds formal. Instead say, "I'm really sorry," or "I can't imagine how hard that must be." Lesson 22. Suddenly, Mr. Harris stands, walks slowly into the next room, and returns holding something wrapped in a faded blanket. "I want you to have this," he says. He unwraps it, and there it is. A red sled, the same one from the store window. Andrew's eyes widen. But how? I thought someone bought it." Mr. Harris smiles gently. "I did." Andrew shakes his head. "But why?" The old man sits beside him. "Because when I watched you shovel my driveway, you looked exactly like my boy. Determined, kind. And when you came back tonight, on your own, I knew he would have liked you." Andrew feels his throat tighten. "Sir, I don't know what to say." Your correction, instead of saying, "I don't have words," natural English is, "I don't know what to say." Lesson 23. Mr. Harris places a hand on Andrew's shoulder. "Just promise me one thing," he says softly. "Use it. Enjoy it. Don't keep your heart closed because of one disappointment." Andrew nods, tears pooling in his eyes. The room feels warm despite the cold night. Something about this moment feels bigger than Christmas, bigger than gifts. It feels like healing for both of them. Andrew whispers, "I promise." Takeaway. A common mistake is saying, "I am giving promise." The natural expression is simply, I promise. Lesson 24. When Andrew finally walks home carrying the sled, the snowflakes seem to sparkle brighter. The whole world feels different, softer, kinder. He enters the house quietly, but his parents spot the sled immediately. What? How? Where did you get that? His mom gasps. Andrew tells them everything, every detail. His parents are silent for a long moment before his dad finally says, Son, that was real kindness. I'm proud of you. Notice again how Americans express deep emotions simply. I'm proud of you. That was kind. You did good. Simple, warm sentences carry the biggest feelings. Correction. Instead of saying, you did a good work, natural English is, you did good, or you did a good job. Chapter 8. The Morning After. Lesson 25. The next morning, sunlight bounces off the snow like diamonds. Kids are already outside playing, laughing, throwing snowballs. Andrew puts on his jacket and runs toward the hill with the sled in his hands. As he climbs to the top, Mia spots him and shouts, No way! You got it! Andrew laughs breathlessly. Yeah, long story. Mia grins. I want to hear everything. They slide down the hill together, shouting and laughing, the wind freezing their cheeks but warming their spirits. Takeaway. Learners often say, I want to listen the full story. Natural English. I want to hear the whole story. Lesson 26. After several rides, the two friends lie on the snow, staring at the sky. Mia nudges him and says, Hey, you know what? You kinda did a grown-up thing. Andrew raises an eyebrow. What do you mean? She smiles. You went through disappointment, helped someone anyway, and something beautiful came back to you. Andrew laughs softly. I guess life is weird like that. Americans often use weird, not to mean strange in a negative way, but to say life is surprising or unexpected. Correction. Learners often say, life is very strange. That's okay, but life is kinda weird sounds much more natural. Lesson 27. Later in the afternoon, Andrew visits Mr. Harris again, just to say thank you one more time. The old man opens the door with a soft smile. Out enjoying it? He asks. Andrew nods. Yeah, it's perfect. Mr. Harris steps outside for a moment, his eyes following the falling snow. My son loved days like this. Andrew hesitates, but then says gently, Well, if you ever want to watch us sled. I mean, you can. Mr. Harris chuckles softly, touched. I'd like that very much. Takeaway. Instead of saying, if you want come to watch, natural English is, if you ever want to watch, you can. Chapter 9. Sharing the Joy. Lesson 28. The next day, Andrew wakes up to find snow falling even heavier than before. He decides to invite Mia and a few neighborhood friends to sled together. When he knocks on doors, he says, Hey, want to come sled with me? Americans often shorten do you want to into casual wanna, which makes conversations sound natural and friendly. The kids cheer, and soon the hill is alive with laughter, snow flying, and joyful shouts. Andrew realizes something important. Happiness is multiplied when shared. Quick correction. Learners sometimes say, Do you want sled with me? Natural American English is, Want to come sled with me? Keep the verb sled as an action word, not a noun. Lesson 29. While sledding, Andrew slips and falls, tumbling into the soft snow. Instead of getting upset, Mia helps him up, laughing. You okay, dude? She asks. Of, real gifts are not always things that you buy. Natural American phrasing is, real gifts aren't always things you can buy. Contractions make it sound casual and natural. Lesson 50. One afternoon, Andrew visits Mr. Harris to help decorate his small Christmas tree. "Thanks for inviting me," Andrew says. Mr. Harris smiles. "You're family now, kid." In America, phrases like "your family now" indicate warmth and closeness, even for non-relatives. Takeaway. Instead of "you are like family now," "your family now" sounds smoother and more natural. Lesson 51. As the holiday season ends, Andrew thinks back on the lessons learned. Work hard, help others, and never give up hope. Every time he talks to friends, classmates, or neighbors, he uses natural phrases. "You can do it." "Don't give up." "Life's full of surprises." These phrases are casual, encouraging, and authentically American. Correction. Avoid "do not give up" hope in a casual conversation. Instead, say "don't give up." Short and natural. Chapter 15. Conclusion and call to action. Lesson 52. Finally, Andrew sits by the window one last time, sled leaning nearby, snow falling softly. He whispers, "Life's unpredictable. But if you stay kind and keep trying, amazing things happen." This is the essence of the story and the lesson for all of us learning English. Small actions, consistent effort, and heartful speech matter. To you, the learner, speak confidently, use casual and natural phrases, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is a step forward. Comment below with your favorite phrase from today's story, subscribe for more heartwarming English lessons, and download the notes to practice in your daily life. Remember, just like Andrew, your journey with English can be full of surprises, laughter, and real growth. And that's it. The full journey from disappointment to joy, hard work to kindness, all wrapped in natural, flowing American English for you to use every day. Andrew nods. "Yeah, I'm good. That was epic." Notice how Americans often use epic to describe fun, exciting, or intense moments. It's casual and very natural. Mini takeaway. Instead of saying, "It was very good experience," try "It was epic" or "That was awesome." Short, punchy words feel like spoken English. Lesson 30. After hours of sledding, the kids gather near Andrew's house for hot cocoa. Steam rises from the cups as they sip, hands wrapped around the warmth. Andrew says, "You know, this beats buying stuff from the store. Way better." Mia nods. "Totally. Nothing beats hanging out with friends in the snow." Notice the casual conversational flow. "Totally. Way better. Nothing beats." These are common idioms in American English that make speech sound natural. Correction. Learners often say, "It is better than store things." A natural phrase is, "This beats buying stuff from the store." Lesson 31. That evening, Andrew reflects on the week. He thinks about all the effort, the disappointment, and the unexpected kindness from Mr. Harris. He whispers to himself, "Life's kinda weird, huh? But good weird." This internal reflection is something Americans do often. Quiet self-talk helps process emotions and build confidence. Takeaway. Learners often say, "Life is strange but nice." Try, "Life's kinda weird but good weird." Adding casual words like kinda or pairing weird with good adds authenticity. Lesson 32. Andrew decides to write a short note to Mr. Harris. "Thank you for the sled and for showing me how kindness really matters. Merry Christmas." Americans often write simple, heartfelt notes for special occasions. Quick tip: don't overcomplicate sentences. Simple, sincere words feel more natural. Correction. Learners might write, "I am thanking you for sled." Instead, "Thank you for the sled" is simple, correct, and authentic. Chapter 10. Lessons learned. Lesson 33. A week passes, and the holiday lights begin to dim as Christmas approaches. Andrew realizes something deeper than sleds or snow. Helping Mr. Harris, working hard, and sharing fun with friends taught him lessons no gift could. He tells Mia, "You know, the sled was amazing, but the week was even better." Americans often place experiences above objects in speech, using phrases like even better or way better than. Correction. Learners often say, "The week was more good than sled." Use natural comparative phrases, even better or way better. Lesson 34. Andrew's parents notice a subtle change, too. He's more confident, polite, and aware of people's feelings. His mom says, "I'm proud of you, Andrew. You really grew up this week." His dad adds, "It's not about the sled. It's about your heart." Notice how Americans link growth to experiences rather than material objects. Takeaway. Instead of "you are grown," say "you really grew up." The correct past tense is grew, not growed. Lesson 35. One evening, Andrew and Mia sit by the fire, sipping cocoa. Mia asks, "So, what's the biggest thing you learned this week?" Andrew smiles, thinking carefully. That kindness always comes back, and sometimes life gives you better things than you were hoping for. Americans often express life lessons in simple, reflective sentences like this. Correction. Learners often say, "Life gives sometimes better things than you hope." Natural phrasing is, "Sometimes life gives you better things than you were hoping for." Notice the smooth past, continuous, "you were hoping for." Lesson 36. Later, Andrew shares the story with his classroom. He says, "I thought the sled was everything, but helping Mr. Harris, working hard, and hanging with friends, that was the real gift." His classmates listen in awe. One kid says, "Dude, that's so cool." Using casual expressions like "dude" and "so cool" makes storytelling sound natural, friendly, and very American. Mini takeaway. Instead of formal, "it was a good lesson," try casual phrases like "that was the real gift" or "so cool." Chapter 11. Sharing Culture and Daily English. Lesson 37. Andrew's story continues to spread through his neighborhood. Adults notice the same lessons. One neighbor says to another at Starbucks, "Did you hear about Andrew? That kid's got heart." In daily American conversation, we often shorten sentences. "That kid's got heart" instead of "that child has a good heart." Correction. Avoid overly formal phrasing. Instead of "that child possesses great virtue," say "that kid's got heart." Lesson 38. During another visit to the supermarket, Andrew overhears shoppers chatting. "The snow's crazy today." "Yeah, totally. My driveway is a nightmare." Phrases like "totally" and "my driveway is a nightmare" are everyday idioms Americans use casually. Andrew joins in. "You can say that again," meaning "I totally agree." Takeaway. Instead of saying "I am agreeing with you," say "you can say that again" for casual agreement. Lesson 39. At school, Andrew gives a short speech. Hard work matters. Kindness matters. And sometimes, losing something leads to something even better. His teacher smiles. "Andrew, that's very mature. You've learned real-life English and life lessons at the same time." Notice that Americans often combine life lessons with conversational English, especially when speaking to peers. Correction. Instead of "you are learned very mature," say "you've learned very mature," or better, "you've learned real-life lessons." Lesson 40. After the holidays, Andrew goes sledding with friends one last time. They shout, laugh, and fall in the snow, sharing cocoa and stories. Andrew thinks quietly, life's unpredictable, but if you keep your heart open, it's amazing. Americans often reflect on experiences with short, casual sentences like this. Simple but deep. Mini takeaway. Instead of saying, life is unpredictable but it is amazing, try, life's unpredictable but amazing. Shortening makes it conversational. Chapter 12, Reflections and Gratitude. Lesson 41. The week after Christmas, Andrew sits by his window again, watching the snow slowly melt. The red sled leans against the wall, slightly scratched but perfect in his eyes. He thinks about the journey, the hard work, the disappointment, the unexpected kindness from Mr. Harris, and the laughter shared with friends. He whispers to himself, wow, life really does surprise you. Notice the casual American way of expressing amazement. Wow, followed by a short, reflective sentence. Correction. Instead of saying, life surprises very much, natural English is, life really does surprise you. The adverb really adds emotion. Lesson 42. Andrew decides to write a small thank you note for every neighbor he helped. Thank you for letting me help you. I learned a lot and had fun, he writes. Americans often use short, polite sentences in notes rather than long, formal paragraphs. These feel friendly and personal. Takeaway. Instead of, I am giving thanks to you, write, thank you, or thanks so much. Keep it simple. Lesson 43. During lunch at the local diner, Andrew overhears adults talking about him. That kid with the sled? Man, he's got heart. Yeah, reminds me of my son when he was that age. Phrases like, man, he's got heart, or reminds me of, are typical American casual conversation, reflecting admiration without being over the top. Correction. Learners often say, that boy has kind heart. Natural phrasing, he's got heart. Short, idiomatic, and friendly. Lesson 44. Andrew talks to Mia about the week. I think I get it now, he says. It wasn't about the sled at all. She nods. Exactly. It's about effort, kindness, and spending time with people. Americans often sum up life lessons in concise sentences. Using simple, reflective English makes it sound natural and mature. Mini takeaway. Avoid long, formal explanations. Instead of saying, the object was not important, try, it wasn't about the sled. Chapter 13. Life Lessons in Everyday English. Lesson 45. Back at school, Andrew notices he's more confident speaking in class. When asked to answer a question, he says naturally, I think we can learn a lot from small acts of kindness. Notice the phrasing. I think softens your statement, making it conversational. Americans use this often in school and work settings. Correction. Learners might say, I am thinking we can learn. Instead say, I think we can learn. Simpler, smoother. Lesson 46. At Starbucks one morning, Andrew practices casual conversation with the barista. Hey, can I get a caramel latte, please? Sure. How's your day going? Pretty good. Just enjoying the snow. Conversations like this are common in American life. Small talk often focuses on weather, mood, or everyday events. Takeaway. Instead of, I am enjoying snow, natural American English is just enjoying the snow. Dropping I am in casual speech makes it flow better. Lesson 47. On the way home, Andrew notices the grocery clerk struggling with a heavy bag. He steps forward. Hey, I can help you with that. The clerk smiles. Thanks, kiddo. This mirrors the lessons Andrew learned. Kindness and initiative go a long way. Correction. Learners sometimes say, I am helping you. For small acts, Americans often say, I can help you, or I'll help you. Lesson 48. Andrew reflects quietly as he walks home. Kindness comes back. And sometimes, the hardest work brings the biggest smiles. Americans often summarize experiences with short, rhythmic sentences. It feels natural and reflective. Mini takeaway: instead of "the hardest work gives happiness," say, "the hardest work brings the biggest smiles." Simple, emotional, and conversational. Chapter 14. Sharing and motivating others. Lesson 49. Andrew's story spreads through school and neighborhood. Teachers and parents tell their kids about him. The lesson becomes clear. Real gifts aren't always things you can buy. They're the effort, kindness, and memories we create. Correction. Instead,